Hello everyone, welcome to Cloud Institution, and we are the best cloud training providers in Bangalore. And if you looking for any kind of trainings on cloud and various other Terraform and Azure and DevOps, and please reach out to us and please call us on this number. So today we are going to see the EC2 instance, so EC2 Windows instance creation on AWS, right? So what are we going to do today is that, so we are going to create an EC2 instance and we're going to connect it. Okay, so before that, we are just going to see what is EC2 instance. Okay, so so EC2 instance, so we already seen in the last video that what is EC2 instance stands for. So EC2 instance stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. So what is this Elastic Compute Cloud? Is that EC2 instance is the virtual server in AWS cloud. So which means that in a short term is a virtual machine, so that can be created on the cloud. So whenever you're creating something, so whenever you're launching that EC2 instances, the instance types you specify determines the hardware available to your instances. So this is very important services in AWS, right? So this is the most basic, so the infrastructure infrastructure services, and so it's very important. So let's see some kind of a demo for the EC2 instance creation. So first of all, we are going to launch EC2 Windows instance, and we are going to connect to that instances, and then we are going to create some kind of files and folders in the Windows machine. Okay, so let's straight dive into the demo. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to my EC2 console. Um, so this is what my EC2 console is all about, right? So what I'm going to do now is that, so if you want to create any kind of a new EC2 instance, so you are going to see kind of a EC2, type on EC2 here in the search bar and click on EC2. Okay, so we already having one running instance, so in the last session we already created one Linux instance and that is still running. So now we're going to create one more instance. Okay, so that's going to be a Windows instance. So for example, if you want to create an instances, so from here you can click on launch instance tab on the top of it. Otherwise, from the EC2 dashboard, you can click that launch instance tab from here. So both the ways it should work. So I'm going to create this EC2 instance in Mumbai region. Okay, as you can see here, I'm going to create this EC2 instance in Mumbai region. So now, so just give some name for your instances, and the name of the instance is going to be EC2 Cloud Institution. Okay, so the Cloud Institution Windows instance. Okay, so now among all these operating systems available for you to create, today we are going to choose the Windows instance, right? So the Windows instance is what the operating system type I'm going to choose it, and it's going to be choosing from and it's going to be taking the AMI, right? So Amazon machine image, whatever the Amazon machine image is going to be available, by default, it's going to be creating based on that. So we are going to cover the AMI in the next classes. So today we're going to create this EC2 instance based on the free tier eligible. So we already discussed that, what is free tier. So free tier will be having that, kind of a 750 hours of free usage of your T2.micro instances. So you can just run this T2.micro instance for 750 hours, and the Amazon will not charge for you. Okay, so that this T2.micro will be having one vCPU and 1 GB memory. Okay, that is enough for us to create this test instance. Okay, so now let's talk about the key pair. So let's create a new key pair for this purpose. So as I discussed earlier, the key pair is something like, this key pair is kind of authentication file that is used to nice, guys. So today I'm going to create this EC2 instance in my MacBook. So I'm just using MacBook. So the connection types, the connectivity will be a little bit different from your MacBook versus the Windows machine. So if you're connecting from your Windows machine itself, Windows to Windows, so that type will be something different. I've tried to cover the EC2 instance creation, EC2 instance connection from another Windows machine itself. So, but today we're going to connect this EC2 instance from another MacBook machine. So this is the MacBook machine, and I'm going to connect from this MacBook machine. Okay. So I'm going to click on connect. Okay, so here there are three types of them. One is session manager, and then RDP client, and then EC2 series console. So today we are going to see something about how are we going to connect the RDP client, from the RDP client. So this is the RDP client option. So in this RDP client option, we have the download remote desktop file option is there. So whenever you are just so whatever the RDP the RDP file which is downloaded, right? So as you can see here, so we have downloaded the win-key.10 file is being downloaded whenever we created a SSH keys, right? So based on that, so we are going to use that RDP file to extract the password for this particular administrator username. So what we will do, we have the the username is going to be administrator, and the password is going to be a password that is going to be extracted from the .web file. So in order to extract it, what I'm going to do is that just click on download remote desktop file. Okay, and remote desktop file is created. So we are going to this is what the remote desktop file what we're having. So you can see here, so we are going to get the get password method. So most of the time, so mostly it takes some time to come up to this kind of a stage. So now it's telling that so please upload the private key file to extract the password from here. So the key associated with the key instance is going to be Windows key. So it's expecting the same key to be uploaded and extracted, right? So upload private key file. And the private key file is going to be kind of a win.m key file, which is already there here. So I just chosen that windows.m key file, which was this one. Okay. Now I'm going to decrypt password. I'm going to do a decrypt password. So whenever I do decrypt password, I have the password to be shown in this in this screen. So this is highly confidential. Please do not share this password with anybody. Okay. So because of this test instances, I'm going to connect it. So and the RDP file is already been downloaded, right? So now what we're going to do is that so in some of your machines, if the RDP client is not been installed, please install the RDP client which has the symbol like this. Okay, so you have to create you have to install the RDP client in your MacBook. So once you install, then you should be able to get this icon with this particular RDP file. So if you want to connect it, just click on this particular file. Now it's opening this one. So it's asking me for the entire user account, and then user account is one. And then the password. Password is going to be the password of my EC2 instance. So this is what the EC2 instance password. I'm going to give this one, and the show password is to make sure that the password is being matching both. Okay. So now I'm going to click on continue, and then continue. So as you can see here, my Windows instance is being created, and I'm able to connect to this Windows instances. So what is the advantage of having this Windows instances, right? So we can just you can just host your applications and whatever the whatever the application you have, you can just host it, and you can just try to create some kind of files and folders, and you can just use this as a your Windows machine, and you can just do some kind of tests on these machines. Okay, so this is what Okay, now just for example, I'm going to create some kind of a folder. Okay, so some kind of folder and the test folder. Okay, now we have the test folder. We can just open it and we can just add some files and everything over here. Okay, let's add some files. New text document. Okay, test.txt. Okay, so this is how we are adding the file, and you can just open it and then test it and just save it. So you can do all this kind of you can just all this kind of so kind of operations so from this Windows server. So that is that's summarized so everything about this video. And so in this video what we have done is that so we have created one EC2 instances, and and then we have connected to that instance through RDP client, and we have just seen that what is the key file, and then how to extract the